Hey everyone, it's Jamie
and Kevin
from the Outdoor Living Company, and we're out here running a few tests on ADS pipe, black corrugated pipe, SCH40, drain pipe, just talking about a few options and what's good, what's bad, why we should use one thing versus the other.
Yeah, I'm excited for this. Let's get it going. Jamie had pre-mixed some soil, mulch, and gravel mix.
Yeah,
so we just put soil, mulch, and gravel mixed about a shovel's worth in each pipe, and now we're going to run water through it. Probably more intense than any rainstorm.
More of an angle than most of your drainage is going to be. So this will prove which one doesn't hold debris.
Right.
All
right. Well, let's give it a shot. We're going to run it for 60 seconds or until the pipe is cleared.
All right.
Ready, set, go.
All right, that is clear. Time
12 seconds.
12 seconds.
12.16 actually.
Thanks. All right, we ready for the corrugated pipe?
Ready, set, go. Still coming. 30 seconds in.
Still hear some stuff traveling.
Yeah, I believe you are correct. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. That's it.
All right.
A minute exactly. Might as well let it finish draining. All right.
All right. So definitely some material still in here.
Yeah.
Corrugated pipe has ribs in it.
All right.
So look at that.
A lot of dirt left in there. Let's see for this one.
So your PVC has smooth walls, so water will drain or debris will flow right along smooth walls. There's ribs that you see on the outside. You have the same ribs on the inside with corrugated pipe. So debris just gets trapped in there. If it builds up, there happens to be a seed in there. Maybe some roots will start growing.
That's true. I've seen it. All right.
So
So this will clog. That is a lot less likely to clog.
Right.
So PVC wins this one loud and clear, I'd say.
Yep.
Let's do some more tests.
What do we have going on, Kev?
All right. So now that we're all nice and sweaty, we're going to do a test with weights, see how much weight we can put on this pipe before it collapses. Obviously, this is not the ideal situation, but both pipes are going to be under the same conditions, so it seems pretty fair to me.
For sure.
Good on the video.
All right, so we currently have 320 pounds on this piece of ADS pipe. It is starting to flex and collapse, but it's not completely collapsed. Kevin's going to add another 70 pounds there.
Let's start with 35. 35. 70. It is bending more and more. Jamie's grabbing what, a couple more 45s.
Yeah, so we're at 320. Oh, and then you put 70. So
390.
90. So we're gonna be at 480 here.
Both. Yeah, I mean, I'd say that's...
It's going.
Oh, yeah.
It's completely collapsed now. So
hold that. So
Leaning Tower of Weza.
all right, well, that's good to know. So we're at what was that, 490?
Yeah, so we're at 490 there.
490 for it to completely collapse, but it started to give at around what, 270? Somewhere in there.
Yeah.
So obviously this is what, 5 minutes of weights. Imagine having this under your driveway or even under your patio. The weight of the pavers, the weight of the gravel, all that will factor into that. And then if you have it under your driveway, constant moving of cars or anything like that is gonna speed that up quite a bit. So I'd say let's see what the PVC pipe can do.
Yeah, and I think one thing, this is commonly used around the foundation for foundation drain, right?
Very true. Yeah.
So, and that's one place that settles very quickly. We consider Schedule 35 as an alternative because you do want the pipe to flex, but this will flex so much, or as you can see, can't handle a ton of weight.
Right. That's a good point.
Cool.
Let's try the
let's
PVC.
lift some more weights.
Here's the collapsed ADS pipe. Still have a little bit of space, but obviously we only had weights on one part of it. So there's also a little puncture here, which I'm pretty sure was not there when we started.
Didn't notice any punctures.
So
what will that do? That will allow
water to seep out where you don't want it to,
or debris to get into your drainage system.
Exactly. Roots to grow through, all that good stuff.
Right.
So
turn it around real quick and just show everyone. No, just squeeze it. Now Kevin's been in the gym a lot, so he'll probably crush it. But if you squeeze that, Kevin can do that with his hands. Now he's a lot stronger than most of us, but that demonstrates the fact that it's a fairly weak system, which in our opinion should only be used temporarily. We'll use it on jobs when we need water from downspouts to bypass a project. So this should not be used as a permanent installation in our opinion.
yeah, no, I wouldn't use this.
Right on. All right, let's test out the Schedule 40 PVC. All right, so we're doing this is Schedule 40 PVC. Running the test here. Not sure that we'll even see any flexing on this, but time will tell. Well, let's see. We're at 270 right there. No noticeable flexing.
Oh, you got 245s over there?
245s?
Oh, right there by the tamper.
Oh, okay. $360.
395. 430. 430. Yeah, 430. At 395. 430.
420.
420.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
All right.
30. 430. You're right. Plus 50, another 50.
480.
Yep, 480. No noticeable flexing there on with the corrugated pipe. Completely collapsed to the ground.
What do we got?
Got another, but 450 pounds.
185, maybe.
No additional flex there. I don't know if it's worth going and getting another 400 pounds, 450 pounds of weights, but I think this really shows and demonstrates the rigidity of Schedule 40.
Yeah, no, I mean,
we do have this sewer pipe, that ASTM drain pipe. It's a thin wall pipe. Be curious to see how that holds up compared to the ADS.
let's give it a shot. This one does have a crack in it, but we'll see what happens.
We can try that short piece.
Yeah. Yeah, once you just keep the weights on there, we'll just pick up the pallet and slide that on there.
We'll power squat it.
All right, so now we got the drain pipe. Do we know what this one is?
Yeah,
it's called.
It's a 4-inch PVC ASTM-D, so it's just a thin wall
PVC.
PVC. This is going to be thinner than your Schedule 35, which is probably the next most common drain pipe that people use.
All right, and that, I mean, Schedule 35 has been pretty good to us as well.
Yeah.
So we only use Schedule 35 and Schedule 40.
Yeah, and Schedule, this is already flexing with 90.
Well, I better watch my foot underneath here, huh? 90? No,
It's
that's
180.
135, 180.
180.
And it's bending already?
Yeah.
Right. And then we got, what is it, 220? 225 right there?
Well, we've got 90, 180, 270 right there. And it is pretty well pinched. But back to what Kevin was saying, for Schedule 35, you know, sometimes that's more beneficial than Schedule 40. You don't always want something rigid. If you have piping out in the middle of the yard where you're going to have settlement, a lot of traffic. We're at 360 there.
Not as collapsed as the corrugated pipe, but we are really close to that.
410.
I think that's it. I think it's gonna start sliding off, but we can put another 35 on there.
40. Go ahead and put the other one on just so we can compare. It's completely collapsed. It's an isolated weight. You know, the weight's isolated in one spot, obviously. But when we take it off, let's see if there's any cracks like there was on the ADS. All right, so no cracks. That's the plus. Still has some rigidity to it. But, I mean, we don't use this kind of drain pipe often. Unless somebody has it. It's not going under our patio. All right, Kev, so let's just, what we got? What are the results here?
All right, so
we started with our corrugated pipe.
So this is the side I crushed by hand. This is the side we put the weights on. It did bounce back pretty good, but we still do have some holes in it here. I guess it just tore it when the weight was on there.
Yeah, I mean,
But this
those
one side is
ribs.
completely, yeah, it's got a lot of holes in it on this one side.
Well, and the thing is, underground, if these are buried underground, it's not going to bounce back. So
Right. It will
you're
just,
looking, it's going to stay crushed, and that's going to continue to crush.
right.
And those holes are probably going to get worse and worse. So the PVC
Schedule 40.
Schedule 40, it did not flex, it did not bend. Under our patios that are compacted, this is what we use. So you don't have any flexing, any shifting in the patio.
Right.
We talked about Schedule 35. That's what we might use in a yard drain so that when things settle, the fittings aren't coming apart, right?
Right.
This
That was a thin wall. What was it?
STM D.
ASTM D.
ASTM D. 4-inch. I mean, it creased at the corners. There's no bouncing back there. If you try to bend it back, you can see in here it's probably going to crack.
Right.
And actually, this pipe, I believe, came off a job, and you can just see how brittle that is. So I don't think, well, I know we're not going to use anything less than Schedule 35. Schedule 35 versus Schedule 40 is all going to be, it's all going to be based on the application.
Yeah, and I mean, what are we talking about? Price point. This is definitely the cheapest.
Right?
So in the video, we'll put the price for this, current price for this. I don't know it off the top of my head, but you can get a 100-foot roll.
You don't really need fittings to make a turn, but you put that on a 90, it'll probably kink.
Yeah, it's gonna just sit at the bottom here,
Yeah.
which we see that all the time. If people are, you know, if you bring it up to your downspout, it's gonna be like this. Then this just has to be a little bit higher.
Right.
And we have just sitting water here right at the bottom of that 90, which is going to be right up against your house. Pretty major problem.
I would say.
Then this is going to be your second cheapest. Not a fan of this. I'm not a fan of this at all. This one honestly disappointed me. I thought it'd be a little bit better.
Honestly, I would rather use that than ADS because the ADS, at least it's a smooth wall. So if you are going to go the cheap route, I would personally prefer to use that because at least you're not going to get the clogs that we demonstrated earlier. You're going to have
steady flow.
Right. And if you base prep everything and everything's compacted around the pipe, probably be a long time before that collapses.
Right.
But I'm sure we'll be pulling more of that pipe out.
And then most expensive, but also the best, Schedule 40 PVC pipe. Probably what, 3 times as expensive compared to the corrugated.
You're getting a roll of 100 feet of corrugated pipe for what, around $100? 100 feet of PVC plus the fittings.
Oh yeah, plus fittings. So you're probably at probably 500 easy.
$500, but
you don't have to think about it. It's gonna last for, shoot, I don't even know. What do you think, Jay? Like 30, 40 years?
What is it, 4,000 years for plastic to decompose?
Yeah, I guess it would last that long. We've never pulled one out of the ground. I know that.
No, and you save it, like if you have to pay somebody to come back and repair the corrugated pipe, if you would have just went with PVC from the get-go, it would have already paid for itself. You're going to wind up paying more by going the cheaper route. The labor is the labor.
Right. So if you want a good product, use SDR35 or Schedule 40.
You got it. So, benefits of corrugated pipe. We don't use corrugated pipe, but there are benefits.
Right.
It comes in big rolls. You don't have a lot of couplings if you're running 100 or 500 feet rolls at a time.
Very cheap.
They're cheap. That's really the only benefit. You save money on material. and
save time
fittings.
as well, because you don't. Yeah, if you have a 100-foot roll,
Right.
chances are you're not going to need any fittings. You can just bend it however, but certain times you probably don't really want to bend it too much, because I think that can cause issues as well.
When I tell you, it is fast. You put this around the foundation of your house, the perforated ADS. It goes really quick. It works, but for how long?
Right.
Usually winds up failing pretty quick, and next thing you know, your basement's flooded.
And
So
then
to
you're
me,
calling us.
yeah, well, what your pictures that are in your basement, you know, your carpet, all that crap you have to rip out. The mold issues after water breaches your house. Don't put this on your house, please.
Right.
Use it as a temporary thing. We use it on the surface for projects. Cool thing is, this is another benefit, but look at all that space in there.
Yeah.
If you don't tape that up, soil, debris is gonna get in there, right?
Yeah, most of the time, you know, you'll just put some duct tape around that, but duct tape and soil doesn't really mix.
And how easy was that to put on? Just pop that right in.
Pop it right off, too.
Pop it right off. I know my dog would rip that puppy right off there. Kid will rip it off. Throw this crap in the trash. Don't waste your time. Get out of here. Stupid.
All right.
All right.
And then we have what? That's a Schedule 40 fitting.
So this is Schedule 40. This can be glued. It has a tight seal. Without the glue, it's tight. But once you glue it, it's not coming off.
You can use it as a microphone. Yeah, this glued, it's not coming off.
No.
It's pretty difficult to get off.
Like, you know, it will crack. Like when I've had to try to pop fittings off, I've had it crack on me, but that's taking a friggin' sledgehammer to it. Right. So,
it's not even all the way on here yet, and I'm having trouble.
No, they do make bell-end PVC. This is one step quicker than having your separate fittings. But I mean, this is, oh, this barely even fits.
That's because it's all bent now.
But I mean, that's bell-end pipe makes it really easy. You can glue it. So that's one thing I do like about Schedule 35. It is.
Does have that bell end, yeah. Yeah,
you can get that bell end. It's quick. So
they have that on the 20-footers for the Schedule 40 as well.
Right, and you're paying a pretty penny for that.
Right, that's gonna be a lot of money.
Yeah. So I think if you don't have anything structural, you're not going under a patio. Schedule 35 bell end is the home run for burying downspouts out into the yard.
Yep.
I think for what else? Rain gardens.
Yeah, I mean,
French drains.
Really anything that's not under a patio. I feel like, well, even under a patio, SCR35 will do. I think still strong enough.
Yeah.
I think #1 choice. Again, you're paying probably twice as much, but PVC Schedule 40 is going to be your strongest pipe, hands down. There is Schedule 80 out there.
We have some over there. It's thick.
That's extremely thick. I don't know if we need that, but Schedule 40 is.
You know, typically under driveways, you use corrugated pipe just because that's what the standard is for larger pipe. But I have put in Schedule 80 PVC.
Because it's really thinking like culvert pipe.
Like a culvert pipe. Okay. So, I mean, I'd say Schedule 80. It's not common to find anywhere. I think it's a little overkill, especially after we just ran that little test on
Schedule 40. Yeah. I mean, I'd be comfortable driving a car over that.
Yeah. No
problem. I don't see that holding up, and definitely don't see this holding up.
No. Cool. So, well, now we know. Throw this away. Let's throw this away. stick to our schedule 40 and schedule 35.
There you go.
Let's
Now
go.
you have it. Catch you on the next one.
You got it.
All righty.
About
That
3
was pretty
hours of
good.
video.